Rama asked, Lord, who is the wise man's friend? With whom does he enjoy? What is his enjoyment or delight? And in what manner does he enjoy those pleasures? In other words, is the liberated one capable of enjoying the simple pleasure of friends and doing things together with friends? The answer is yes, but what we get is one of these laboured metaphors, and although it's quite a laboured metaphor, I think what it says is quite important. It's in terms of where your centre of gravity is. Your centre of gravity isn't in the relationship, isn't in the friendship, isn't in the friend. It's in your own being, it's in consciousness. Vasistha replied, The wise man's friend, O Ram, is his own action, which arises spontaneously in him, and in which there is no division or conflict. The wise man, or the wise person, does what needs to be done without anxiety, without a sense of conflict. Like a father, it encourages him and provides him with enthusiasm. Like a wife, it checks him, restrains him, and guides him. Very interesting dynamic here between the father and the wife. I was quite impressed by this when I first read it. I think this says a lot about certain social roles. It does not abandon him even in the worst calamities. It is free from doubt. It promotes a spirit of renunciation. Because it turns anger and hate upon themselves, it is like quaffing nectar. So this is right action. What do you base your actions on? You could base it on whatever your current mood is. And the mood could be a negative one. In which case, it's possible to turn that mood into something positive, so that it's like quaffing nectar. This is part of everyday spiritual practice. It is his friend and helper even in the densest forest of troubles and difficulties. It is the treasure chest which contains the precious gems of faith. It saves him from evil, and like a father, it is ever intent on protecting him. So we're talking about one's own action here, it brings him every type of delight. In all kinds of situations and conditions, it promotes the health of his body. It reveals to him, this is to be done, and this is not to be done. It is intent on bringing desirable objects and experiences, and warding off undesirable objects and experiences. This is very much in the spirit of the Buddhist right action, which is devoted to the cultivation of wholesome states and the avoidance of unwholesome states. Right action is part of the Buddha's Eightfold path. It causes the speech to be soft and pleasant, and it causes one's behaviour also to be soft and sweet, helpful, adorable, free from selfish desires or passions, and conducive to the supreme attainment of self-knowledge. It is devoted to the protection of the good and the community as a whole. It prevents illnesses of the body and the mind. It promotes the happiness of learned men by engaging in healthy discussions with them. In the case of equals, there is just a semblance of duality. Whatever may be one's station in life, one's own action, is devoted to self-sacrifice, charity, austerity and pilgrimage. It establishes a healthy relation with the son, wife, brahmanas, servants and relatives by means of the sharing of food and drink. The wise man by his very nature enjoys the company of such a bosom friend, along with the latter's consort. That friend is known as one's action. It's not clear who the latter's consort is. Who is action's consort? Perhaps it's just the body. You feel good in the body, which is the instrument of action. This friend, one's own action, has sons who are known as bathing, purity of body, charity, austerity and meditation. They too promote the welfare and happiness of all beings. The spirit of happiness is its wife, who showers happiness on all naturally and effortlessly. Her name is Samata, which means equanimity or evenness of mind. She encourages her husband's natural action in the spirit of righteous or appropriate action. She has another constant companion known as maitri. This is friendliness, or actually it's love even. The wise man who enjoys the company of this best of all friends with his wife and other companions has no need to rejoice when he is in joy or pleasure, or grieve when in unpleasant situations. He does not hate nor become angered. Wherever and in whatever condition he is, he enjoys the state of nirvana, though he is constantly engaged in the activities of the world. He is silent in useless arguments. He is deaf to useless talk. He is a corpse in relation to unrighteous actions. He is very much alive in righteous actions. He is brilliant in exposing what is auspicious, and in a moment he reveals the greatest truth. All this is natural to the wise man. He does not have to strive to acquire these qualities. So as with other descriptions, we can take this as a checklist. It's not something to strive towards. This is a result of spiritual practice. We can use it as a checklist by which we can measure our own progress, not with any sense of satisfaction, but to point out areas where we can direct our attention, areas that we need to open ourselves up to more, areas where we must be sure that we're not actually practicing any kind of self-deception.